Last of Us.
Yeah, that's a topic.
but Last of Us.
Okay.
We got time.
I apparently disagree with you guys on this one.
What exactly was your question about it again?
Well, my question was because before we turned the camera on, we were talking about games that have affected us, and you guys were saying Last of Us, and specifically the ending, the famous Last of Us ending about whether or not Joel is good or whether or not Joel's bad. And
it's not bad.
So I'm gonna remove myself from this to a certain degree because I have an opinion on it, but I want to hear you guys' opinion.
Okay.
On it.
So I want to place the game personally for myself. You guys can disagree. I want to place it within the framework of just your stereotypical Hollywood movie because, in complete honesty, it follows the line pretty steadily on a linear path to what your common I don't want to say action, but suspense movie would have.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending is the biggest loop because there is no...
Yeah.
There's no relief. Yeah. There's no... The tension is still there. It lingers. And the big question here, if you haven't played the game, I don't know why you haven't played the game.
Yeah.
But Joel kills the person that's trying to take Ellie away from him, the other main character, the girl main character. And... she confronts him about it, what actually happened when you went back. Yeah. And he says, "What exactly does he say?"
Yeah, it's just she makes him swear that everything that Firefly said was true.
Yeah, that's what
everything that he said about the
Fireflies was true. So everything, that he said about them was true. And he's like, "Yeah." And the last word in the game is
okay.
Okay.
I think.
Sigh.
I don't think he's bad. How is he bad? How do you guys think that? I never even thought that.
Okay. So the big question here, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy in this scenario?
Quickly, set some guidelines. What defines good and what defines bad?
I don't even understand that as an option.
Okay, so here's the thing. He is the protagonist of the game. That is obvious.
Yes.
He is the bad guy for the world, though, because think about it. Ellie was the key to the perceived key to making a vaccine for this virus that is wiping out humanity. And he killed the people who had the resources to make it because he couldn't lose her again.
Little tidbit, it wasn't perceived, it was actually confirmed. It was confirmed. That she wasn't.
Yeah, okay, so yeah.
So
it was?
Yeah, it was
She's
confirmed.
the cure. She's the cure to what's
confirmed?
in the game.
Yeah.
I don't remember it saying
See,
that.
and that's where I think a lot of people got confused.
No, I don't remember that.
Because they had
obviously but what...
I think it was because they were going to try and make a vaccine. I didn't know if they ever said that it was going to work. But there was no guarantee that it was going to work. That's why I'm confused of why I was confused.
So after the fact, after the game came out and everyone had this debate, then the director came out and he was like, so the tapes that we put that you were finding throughout the hospital the entire time, you're supposed to gather all those tapes, which most people did, but he said there was a misstep in that it was supposed to confirm in the player's head that the vaccine...
This would work.
And then he said it was going to work.
But the thing is, the issue is they had this formula created and she was the key to it, but she would have to die.
Yeah.
And Joel was not going to let that happen because she was his little girl. Not his actual daughter. His actual daughter dies in the first 5 minutes of the game.
I don't think it makes him a bad person. I think it makes him human.
It makes him human, but as Zach said, for the world.
How many people can actually give somebody up they love for the better of the world? I would like to say everyone says, looking out at from the outside, they're like, yeah, I would do that. Fuck you. No, you wouldn't. If it was somebody you loved and you truly cared about that you already almost lost, I don't think people would do it. I think people are shitty and I don't think people would do it.
I agree with you.
The difference here is the designation of being selfless and being self-absorbed.
Yeah, the selfish action is almost always perceived as the bad action.
The selfish action?
Yeah,
the selfish one. So I would say the self-absorbed / selfish. Selfless. Sorry if I didn't say that clearly enough. Selfless, being giving everything he can to make the world better. So that's the good and the bad. Being selfless is what's considered to be good, not selfish, selfless. In this case, he's selfish. He's self-absorbed, and he keeps her for himself.
Yeah, but do you really think she's the only one? She's the only one left?
It's not
he probably has a...
But it's not necessarily that she was or wasn't the only one. It's the fact that he killed the people who had the resources.
Who knows? I mean, there might be...
As far as we know...
This is a contained world of this was it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is you can't... No one has the knowledge to know if there is anyone else out there.
Yeah.
So we're going off the... preconceived notion that they all think that this is it. This is what's left. And who knows what else is out there. But you have a group of people, you have a pool of people that you know for a fact you can save them. Mm-hmm. And you choose to basically take away the one thing that's going to save all those people.
Yes.
And I understand, like, and that's why I said I have an opinion, but I don't have an opinion. Because then I know you could then like go about, well, you could take Joel's side. It's like, okay, well, you kill Ellie, you create a vaccine, but who knows? How do you know that they don't become immune to it eventually?
What does it matter? Is humanity worth bringing back? What's it going to become?
Yeah, I'm like, this has happened. We did this to ourselves in the first place. How do you know that this won't repeat in the future? So you want to,
exactly. And in that regard, you're 100% correct. But and I'm not saying we're just going to be this is the fucking guidelines, but from a typical standpoint, what he did is wrong.
But I think Ellie is smart enough to know that he was lying.
And that's,
I really do think
why,
Ellie was like, yeah.
And that's why Naughty Dog choosing for her last word, the last thing that's said in that game, to be her looking him in the fucking eyes and going, okay, that's why that is so strong and why there's so many questions. If there was anything else said or done in that game, the impact wouldn't be there.
I just don't think it was I just don't know. I don't think
you just fucking love Joel.
I do. But
I like Joel too.
He's great.
I just don't think he was I don't think he's a bad guy.
He's a good guy in a bad world.
Yeah. But this is the whole reason why we're talking about this in this topic, though, is because it makes you think about it.
I didn't even think about it. I never thought to myself, that was the wrong choice. Like,
really? You never thought of
it?
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
But not really. I was glad. I was so, again, I told you, I get really pulled into stories. Yeah. I was so connected to those characters. Fuck everyone else. They all suck anyway. Like
first playthrough, I will say I was the same way. I didn't really think about it more until because I got sucked in.
Really?
I didn't think about it
weird
once.
Ones.
Well, no, because the first thing I said, the first words that uttered out of my mouth when I finished that game was "fuck." I'm the bad guy.
I was just like, "Holy shit!"
I'm the bad guy.
I knew it was like this is bigger than me or this game. This is bigger.
Yeah, and that's the first thought in my mind.
Well, I think
literally, I was like, "Oh no, this is not good."
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's because...
then they set it up for a sequel. I'm like, okay, this is a clear sequel set.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. I have the perfect opening scene. Last of Us 2. Opening scene takes place 40 years in the future. Opening scene, you hear panting and you hear crying. Joel is on his deathbed. Ellie is looking at him, and he's like, I taught you everything you need to know. I'm not going to be here for you anymore. I lied.
Oh, fuck.
And he dies.
Oh God!
Then it's like Last of Us, like they did in the first one.
And she's just staring at him, and he fucking goes lifeless, and you see the fucking lights in his eyes go away, fades out. Last
you know what would be
2.
the funniest shit is if this is like if they're currently like this motherfucker just figured it out.
Naughty Dog.
But I think if they were to
I got a resume, just fucking hit me up.
I think if they were to go to The Last of Us 2, I don't think it should be. I think their story ended. Yeah. I think
that's the thing, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's I'm gonna just compare it to like how The Witcher is. Like Witcher 3, sure, there's characters that you need to know from the other two, but the story is unique.
So.
Yeah.
You could make a new unique story.
So say there's a Last of Us 2 and Ellie survives and maybe she finally does she decides to do something for a vaccine. She has to go and find some people and that's what the story is or something.
I'm going to say
say at the end for some reason they go with this story still and then that she cures people. Mm-hmm. Is Joel still a bad guy because it ended up happening anyway?
Doesn't fucking matter. He's dead.
So is he still a bad guy?
It doesn't matter. That is a open and shut case. It doesn't matter. That is contained within the first story.
I don't know. I just maybe if I played it again, I would have a different feeling. But I was so sucked in that I did not think he was a bad person for doing it. I was like happy that he.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool thing about like Saving Private Ryan kind of had like a little thing with that too. You guys, I'm sure remember the ending scene where the dude freaks out in the hallway, and he initially lets the German guy go, then he rejoins his infantry, then later on kills one of his partners, one of his last partners that was alive, and he failed to kill him when he had the opportunity to do so. Like it kind of reminds me of that gray area, and that like there's really no, it kind of like in the grand scheme of things, there's no such thing as redemption. Like there's like that's like you're a human being and you make mistakes and you fuck up and you kind of just have to roll with it. Mm-hmm. But like there is nothing that I think he could really do in the future that could be redeemable for him because that's what he did technically is let those people die and then he killed them all. He killed all the people that could make the vaccine and then he let all the people in that area die. So, and from that standpoint, like it kind of makes you think about redemption in general and that like, I mean, what can you do that could be ultimately redeeming? Like
The only thing
you could fuck up really bad, and you could like accidentally like blow up a nuke in a fucking city, and then you could spend your entire life. You can spend your entire life like helping others, but you still fucked up in the beginning. So like that's the.
I think if you want to actually put it into a realistic perspective for himself, it could have just been a matter of the world we live in is fucked up as it is. These people aren't worth saving. This world isn't worth saving. My life isn't worth living without her. And if I can give her a life that I couldn't give anybody else and was taken away from me, if she can live normal, then it's all worth it.
I don't know how I would have felt about it because I never thought that vaccine. And again, maybe you said that it came out that it was messed up. I never thought this was a for sure thing. I thought these people don't care about Ellie. They're just trying to see if this will work. And if it doesn't, well, fuck you, Joel. You lost your best friend. You lost your like daughter figure, and then there's no vaccine.
So now, what do you think?
So that for sure, I don't know.
Well, no,
that makes me question it.
I mean, your original point is still. I agree with it. Any rational human being, that's how you react, especially to your daughter.
Here's
for all
the thing, though. If you look at that from a psychological perspective, the way that you react and say no, even though like this is for the betterment of mankind, is for the betterment of me. The betterment of mankind is the rational thought. Yeah. The betterment of you is the irrational thought.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's I mean, being a parent and taking care of someone, like, you do a lot of irrational stuff. So, I mean, like, you don't think rationally. I mean, I'm not going to give that example, but you don't think rationally all the time. And that's kind of like part of parenthood and part of growing up and raising someone. So I think he did the normal human thing in that situation.
I just think it's a common situation under extreme circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would almost like to see that same scenario in less extreme circumstances and then have that conversation.
Yeah, because, I mean, it'll be radically different.
Yeah.
It's literally like there's no in-between with this subject.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
There's no gray area.
No.
It's black and white.
Yeah.
But with a less extreme, it could easily be a number of other things.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So that is going to be it for us this week. Episode 11 of While You're Loading. Check back next week, because I don't know, what do we plan on doing for next Let's Play? I assume something interesting.
I'm thinking, well, for
it's a secret.
Earth Defense Force, and then we could do Journey, because that'd be quick.
We could do Journey as a quick one. I'm thinking we could do a long play, maybe of Dishonored 2.
That would be fun.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, okay, not with me playing, though, because that'll turn into a 1,000-hour game.
We can do a playthrough of Battlefield 1, so we're all just sitting there just
crying.
Yeah. No. Well, definitely, there's a couple. I know we want to do some stuff with Final Fantasy 15, probably.
Yeah. I think Last Guardian maybe be another next one.
Yeah, we'll do a full playthrough of Last Guardian for sure.
And we'll make Zach play.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's going to be us signing off this week, and we will see you guys later.
Bye.
See ya.